Hey, what's up, everybody? Today I want to go over systems or business plan, whatever you want to call it. They're kind of the same thing. But do we have a business plan? Do we have a systems for the things we do on a day-to-day basis? So a bad system executed beats a great salesperson with no system. And basically what we're saying is having a business plan and having systems beats talent every single time because it's going to lead to consistent results and it's going to be trackable. And there's so many good things about having systems in place, checklists, and business plans. So let's talk a little bit about that. So what are your systems? So one of the things that you're going to want to look at is your morning routine. What do you do when you wake up in the morning? And that's more personal. Brush your teeth, exercise, eat breakfast, get the kids ready for school, whatever that might be. But I want to focus on what your business morning routine is. So one of the things I think we should all do is study the MLS, get on MLS and look at pending sales, look at new listings, look at price improvements, look at what's sold. And if we're going to be the knowledge broker, right, the one that knows what's going on and having conversations with people and talking about the market, we need to know what's going on in MLS. And it's crazy how many agents don't go on it on a daily basis. Maybe they go on it once a week. You have to be a knowledge broker. You have to know what's going on. What else is going to be on that business morning routine? The first thing you do when you sit down in your workspace, start with My Whitegrid. Get onto My Whitegrid and have a plan on what you do. Looking at your hot leads, looking at your dashboard, who opened up emails, whatever it might be, and then you can do custom follow-ups with that as well. So those are two things I think that should be on everyone's business morning routine: is looking at MLS, seeing what's sold, seeing the data, looking at all that, as well as starting with My Whitegrid. I think you also need to have systems in place where you have actual office hours. So scheduling time that you're at your workstation, at your workplace, in the office, and working on your business. What are those hours? Are they set, or do you kind of just shoot at the hip? You're going to want to calendar activities for new lead gen. So not just servicing your clients, not just putting together graphics or posting on social media. Calendar activities that leads to getting leads, which is going to ultimately hopefully get you appointments, and scheduling personalized follow-ups. So these are things that I think you absolutely need to have systems for. They should be calendared in your calendar, and it's something that could lead to big results because you can get more done over the course of the week. So daily checklist. So what is in your real estate checklist? So are you doing these on a daily basis? Are they calendared? Are they in your daily checklist that we provided to you that you can fill in? It should have your morning routine, whatever that might be. Your MLS activity, review that. Follow-ups, 5 to 10 contacts per day. Creating some value content. Practicing objections and role playing. That's something that we should absolutely do. You could use ChatGPT for that to start, but the Rolls Royce is getting an accountability partner and actually doing role playing. It allows you to practice those objections and have those conversations. Personalized DMs, scheduled posts, touched pipeline. So who in your pipeline do you need to reach out to? Booked appointments, right? That's the name of the game in this business, right? Getting appointments. How many have we booked? Let's track that. And then you can review these key metrics. So as you're doing these activities, hopefully you're tracking them. If not, start doing that. And you can check out those metrics and see what's working and what's not. So let's talk about this week. This week, what kind of adjustments do we need to make? What kind of adjustments can we make to sharpen that sword and improve our skills and get more opportunities? So to improve personalized follow-ups, what can we do to do a better job of following up and doing it on a personalized level? We talk about with open houses, and anyone you reach out to, it should be a personalized follow-up. One size doesn't fit all. Maybe you're reaching out with a phone call, maybe a face-to-face, maybe social media. And then what are you doing with that follow-up? You should be referencing things that maybe you spoke about in your prior conversation or things about that lead to make it personalized. Education-based marketing. So put together market updates. Use ChatGPT for that. Get data from MLS, input it into ChatGPT, and ask for a market report. And then you can put that in a blog post, which you can email out. You can share on Facebook. There's lots of different things you could do. Objection handling and role playing. I think that's huge. Appointment setting and having that market knowledge. Maybe you focus on 2 or 3 of these things and put a system in place to get better out of it and to execute it. I think one of the most important things you could do as an agent is be the knowledge broker. So know the numbers. We go over every week in the sales meeting, the market absorption rate. Some of you take pictures while we talk about that slide. Could you have a 2-3 minute conversation about the market and not just the general headline terms that, many homeowners know and many agents, talk about? Can you get into the details and, bridge the gap on how that is important to the person you're speaking to? Here's an example of something that you could say to somebody that asks that legendary question that we all get: how's the market? One of the things we need to focus on this week and next week and every week from this point forward is getting more appointments. So the activities that drive income, those are the most important things you need to do. Circle prospecting, personalized text and voice notes. Sly Broadcasting is a website that does these voicemail drops. So you can input a bunch of numbers. You record one voicemail. Maybe it's about an open house coming up. Maybe it's about a sale. Maybe it's about a pending listing. And you could drop those voicemails and they get a missed call. And it's a great tool. Events or networking. Drop CMAs to sellers, maybe prior clients, maybe people you just know, and talk about how much equity they have in the house or how much equity they accumulated over the last 2-3 years. Maybe they want to tap into some of that equity to make some improvements to their house. Maybe they want to take that equity and roll it into a different house or an investment property. Have these conversations, and a good lead-in is talking about the equity they have by doing either a CMA or a pair report. Social media DMs, we talk about the 10-10-5. Some of you are doing them, some of you are not. If not, start doing them right away. Market update video. I'm happy to help you with any videos you want to do. So if you have some information that you want to get out in video form, let me know. We'll book an appointment. I'll help you script it, edit it. We'll make you look real good. So if you want to do that, love to help with that. Referral requests. So you have other agents, maybe that in other areas, you have your sphere of influence. So let's work on getting more referrals and have a system for that. Vendor relationships, gold service providers, basically. Maybe get more of those relationships, check in with those relationships, and use buyer and seller guides. So we have, full doors presentation. How good are you with those? How about the buyer consultation? If you're meeting with the buyer, are you just a commodity and a lockbox on wheels? Or are you going to provide value and show them that you can provide that value? So the practice equals profits, right? Role playing every week is huge. You don't rise to your goals, you fail to your system. So you really want to practice role playing at least 2 times a week. I would say more. Record yourself and just look it over. Use ChatGPT for that, or get a partner and do some of that. If you want to start just videoing yourself and watching it and playing it back, I think that's something that you could do and would be valuable. So at least 2 times a week, 10, 15 minutes, just start it. Just get it done. Things you could do with the role playing is list your full listing presentation, pricing objections. We're waiting. So if you have a seller that might be waiting, how are you going to approach that and how are you going to help them? If they already have an agent, right? You're working with a buyer and they say they already have an agent. What do you do? What do you say? And then there's different things about getting an appointment. I think that's something that we should all practice on is if you do have a nice conversation with somebody, how can you bridge that into an appointment? So are you using the weekly checklist that we have? So I know one of you this morning said that you were calendaring everything, and that works perfectly. But I think as a starting point, print out this weekly checklist and start to fill in what you're doing or what you want to do, almost like an activity audit, and fill it in. And then you can use that as a guide to put together your daily routine and actually put it in your calendar on your cell phone. So there's just an example of some things that might be on your daily routine. One of the things you could do today and start right away, and it's in a bite-sized piece, is a simple 5-5-4 follow-up system. So have a goal today or tomorrow to talk to 5 past clients or somebody in your sphere of influence. Same day, talk to 5 new people. So it could be any conversation about real estate, handing somebody a business card. If you get one of those great questions on how's the market, that counts as one of your 5. So 5 past clients or sphere of influence, 5 new people, and then 4 follow-up calls to past leads. So anyone, it could be open house attendees, could be somebody from your property boost, could be somebody in your CRM they haven't spoken to a while. 4 times a day, follow up with 4 different contacts. So this is something that you could do immediately. And if you do this consistently over time, every single day, every day you're working, you are going to get results from it. So create your systems and get moving. You can do it. And if you need help, reach out.